Thanks for kicking it with Kipp
and Kurt, and we're back again
with
for
another video.
Y'all, she look mad.
It's okay, baby. Tell them what we about to do.
We bored, y'all. This quarantine, so guess what's gonna happen?
She about to play.
She finna get her makeup done today. So we finna just go ahead and get started. Oh no, wait.
Y'all see my birthmark in my eye?
Okay, we finna just go ahead and get started. I already pre-cleaned my brushes. And then this is the foundation I usually use, which is Fenty Beauty. But because her skin is a little bit lighter than mine, I'm gonna go ahead and use my favorite Maybelline.
My skin real sensitive too. So
yeah, it's the Maybelline Fit Me color for her. So I'm gonna
not
use
break
this
out.
for her. No, this is a good one. Maybelline.
I want Fenty.
No, Fenty is not the same color as your skin. You gotta use Maybelline. Okay, so before we start, we're gonna go ahead and take a thumbnail. I'm gonna put up these two because these are my
I'm taking my thumbnail. My face gonna be like
that. Okay, bet. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and get started. I start my client off with a clean face. I had her wash her face. I have a little bit of I'm gonna punch this girl. I had my client moisturize her lips before we start anything with Carmex. Starting off with a clean face, and of course, this is what I do. Now I ain't doing this on myself. This is what I do when I do my makeup. But remember, I promised y'all a makeup video, so she's gonna be my mule today.
this is what the quarantine got going on, man. Everybody messed up because of the quarantine, doing crazy stuff like this.
Listen, okay. So this is the, I don't know if you can see, this is the primer that I use. It's Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. It's primer and moisturizer. So I just put a little bit on my clean hands. You don't need a lot. I just put a little of this on my clients. Stop. Of course, put it on the client eyelids, because that's where the makeup's gonna go as well. Okay. So that's a primer and a moisturizer. So if you want to add on additional moisturizer to the client's face, you can. She's so mad, y'all. It's okay. I'm gonna do her edges too, y'all. Come on, get out the camera. Out the camera. So that's what I start off with. I prime my client's face. I'm gonna go ahead and take my spoolie to.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna punch you. I'm gonna take my spoolie to go ahead and. She got really good eyebrows, y'all. So I don't really gotta do much. I'm a perfectionist when it comes to eyebrows, so let me go ahead and pause this. Just to let y'all know, because I know I paused it. I'm just filling out her brows. No. I'm just filling out her brows with my favorite eye pencil. This is Wet n Wild eye pencil in the color Simmer Brown Now. I don't know if you guys can see that, but yeah. That's pretty much what I'm going to do to both brows. And I'm during my conceal, I'm going to turn the camera back on because as I mentioned, I'm a perfectionist when it comes to eyebrows, so it's going to take a while, so I'll be back. Okay, so I'm going on to my concealer. I don't know about y'all, but this is the best concealer that I've ever used. It's the LA Girls Pro Conceal in the color Chestnut. So this is a concealer that I'm going to be using for her. Our skin tones are a little bit different than each other. Mine's a little bit darker and deeper. So I might be mixing this one with the Fenty Beauty Pro Concealer in the color 385. I don't know if you guys can see that. So I might mix hers. I don't know, but I'll be back. Is it on? Okay. Okay, so yeah, I just wanted to kind of show y'all. Everybody use their own techniques when it comes to concealing, especially when it comes to eyebrows. So this is one of the left eyebrow. I don't know if you guys can see it. But when it comes to my shape, I do not like a thin brow. So I just kind of relax your face, please, babe. Y'all, this is the most difficult client I've ever had.
She won't let me talk if she mean. She keep yanking my head like she be doing when she be doing my hair.
Cause you difficult. You're a difficult client. Okay, so as I mentioned before, everybody has relax your face, babe. Everybody has their own preference, especially when it comes to their brows. But me, I personally like a thick brow. I like a natural looking brow, which is why I don't use like a highlighting color, like a really really bright color, especially when concealing my brows, because I like it to be as natural looking as possible. And then when I'm doing my strokes, like as far as to filling in the brows, I do like small hair-like strokes, if that makes sense to you guys. And then the main thing, don't look. The main thing that I love about this LA Girl Pro Concealer is that the applicator is actually like a mini brush. I don't know if you guys can see it. The applicator is literally like a brush. So what I usually do is squeeze some out and flatten it on like a hard surface, whatever hard surface you have. And then that makes for like easy application to me. And of course, when I'm doing like somebody else's brows that's not my baby's, I won't use this applicator brush. I'll actually use my makeup brush when I'm doing this. I'll use a makeup brush when I'm doing it, especially this part, just to be more sanitary. So this is the brush that I would use if I'm doing like a client's makeup. Of course, I will not use the same applicator brush. Okay, so I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so I've carved out my brows just how I want them. So now I'm gonna go ahead and start blending. This is the brush that I use. I don't really know like the numbers of the brush because this one doesn't have a number on it. But I'm gonna just go ahead and start blending that concealer out. Especially, I'm going to start pulling it down and towards the eyelids because I'm using this as like a base for my. Yeah, I don't like this girl. I'm using this concealer as a base for my eyebrows, my eyeshadow side. So as far as blending goes, I start with the brush and then I change to my beauty blender. Relax your face. Relax it. Y'all, this girl is difficult.
You put that thing in my eye socket.
It's okay, babe. It's not going to kill you.
It's gonna make me blind.
Y'all, please. Okay? Blend down, because as I said, I'm using this concealer as my base for my eyeshadow. I'm going to continue to do this. I'll be right back. So I've blended as much as I wanted to with the brush. Now I'm going to go in with a beauty blender. This is a damp beauty blender. I really like this one because it gets really, really big. So I'm just going to go ahead and start blending away. Blend away. Especially around the eyes because you do not want no flashback, okay? Not cute. Are we on? Okay, so my eyebrows, stop. Okay, so the eyebrows are like I want them for now. I'm going to go ahead and apply, close your lids. I'm going to go ahead and apply a little bit more concealer. I don't know if y'all can see me. But I'm going to go ahead and apply a little bit more concealer to her lids. That's going to be my base for my eyeshadow, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so y'all might see the colors, the light changing, because we are using natural light, so the sun is setting, so forgive us for that. Don't be dramatic. Okay, so to prime her lids a little bit more because I want my colors to pop, I'm using my Pro Concealer in the color Chestnut, and then my Fenty Beauty Concealer in the color 385, and I'm going to mix these two because, as I mentioned, I do not want it to be too bright on her chocolate skin. So I'm going to mix them.
Chocolate cocoa.
Girl.
Milk chocolate donut.
And I just mixed the two. And then I just put a little bit on her lids. Just a dot. And a dot there. See?
See how she about to yank my head up?
Just a little bit, just to prime her lids. And then I just mix that. And I'm going to start with my eyeshadow. 1 second. As I was mentioning before, I mixed the Fenty Beauty 385. I don't know. Fenty Beauty 3.
They can see it.
Oh, Fenty Beauty 385. And of course my Pro Concealer in the color Chestnut. Bitch, don't mix those together. Use that to prime the lid. So now I'm going to go on to my shadows. This is one of my favorite palettes that I'm using right now. It's the Tribe palette by Juvia's Place. Very pretty. Thanks to my boo. She bought all this stuff for me, y'all.
That's my homegirl. She hooked me up.
So pretty. Like, look at those. It's so vibrant. So I'm going to do a subtle look on Babe. I'm just going to do like neutral colors, the browns, the oranges.
I want some Cuba and some Chaga.
Those are 2 colors you want?
And some.
You gotta choose a sparkly too.
Okay, well, Cuba and Chaga.
Okay.
And Ashanti.
Let me see how you looking. Ashanti definitely.
Or maybe these. Girl, I don't know. Do anything. I'm just fucking girl. And it ain't my homegirl, no.
Obviously. So I'm gonna go in with my my brush. And a trick that I learned, if you guys don't have like a brush cleaner, I seen this on Facebook, I think. So pretty much you just take like 70%, 90%, whatever alcohol you have, to clean your brushes, and it cleans them, it disinfects them, and it just makes them nice and clean. So use rubber alcohol if you don't have no brush cleaner. So let's see. As my base, I am going to use for my base, I think I'm going to go ahead and go in with the Ashanti, which is like this dark brown. I'm just going to use that and apply that to the lids. Close.
Get that in my drink.
Y'all, this girl is difficult. So I just go in with this like a circular motion and kind of buff that out. And I'm using this as a base, as I mentioned. Y'all, this girl is...
Y'all know my skin.
Why you leaning back like that?
Cause my back hurting. I done had a bad back for about 3 days.
So I'm putting that on the lids. And what I like to do is place the product and then buff it out. That's what I've learned works best for me. So place the product on the brush, dab off the excess, place it, and buff it out. Okay. So I'm gonna do the other eye. Place it and buff it out. Babe, you have really small eyelids. My eyelids are way bigger than yours. Yeah, do that for me.
Does it make sense? On the head, bigger. Big eyes. Big head.
We better got company. Not funny. Stop.
We got company.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, I forgot.
Do that. Make your this. Look at me. Do this. Come on. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. And okay, whatever. Cause you having some. Y'all, she's the most difficult client I've ever had to deal with.
Well, I don't like this type of stuff. This is why I don't do this type of stuff.
I'm here, y'all, still. So another trick that I've learned is when you don't have multiple brushes to use, As I mentioned before with the cleaning tip, when you're changing brushes so that the colors will not transfer, use a rubber and alcohol to clean off your brushes, dry them, and go into the next color. That's it. Remember, this is going to be like a beginner-friendly makeup tutorial. This how I do my makeup. So we've done. We went in with the Ashanti. I'm gonna go in with the Tootsie or Tootsie, that green color, and I'm gonna use that as a transition shade. Very nice and very pigmented. I love them. So close your eyes, make them big. Okay. So I'm pretty much just gonna put that green color pretty much on the bottom of her legs. Okay? Just give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Okay, so if you guys can see, I've used the brown as the base, and then I went ahead and used the green as a transition color. So now what I want to do is give her like a, not really like a cut crease, but like a beginner's cut crease. So what I'm going to do for that is I'm going to use my, of course, my Fenty Beauty Pro Concealer, and then I'm going to just use the same application stick. What I'm going to do is, from the application stick, I'm going to use my tipped pencil or my tipped brush.
It's a painful experience for me.
Baby, well, thank you so much. And I'm going to just do like a cut, like a small cut crease. Something very small, very light. Okay? And then I'm going to show y'all how that looks. Cut crease without a cut crease, I guess. Babe, I thank you so much for being my muse. Okay, so as y'all can see, it's like a cut crease, but not really a cut crease. This is how that's looking right now. If y'all can see that, close your eye, babe. So this is how that's looking right now. And what I pretty much did is pretty much followed the shape of her eye. I followed that shape, and that's what I'm going to use to actually add a different shade. So I'm pretty much building a look. So a little bit more concealer, and then I'm going to go ahead and add another color on top of the concealer. Okay, so once I cut crease the other eye, I'm going to go ahead and show y'all how they both look before I add my eyeshadow. Okay, you guys, so this is where we're at right now. I did like a minor cut crease. I don't even know if you guys can they see that? I don't know if you guys can really even see it because my lighting has gotten terrible. But this is where we're at right now. The only thing that I'm going to do, yeah, babe, that's good. Okay. So the only thing that I want to do is I'm going to add a little bit more of the Ashanti shade, the shade that I use for my base, because I did lose that a little bit. And then after that, of course, I'm going to go in a little bit of the more of the green, just on the edges, because I did lose that as well. So just add a little bit more. And I'm doing this on both sides. Remember, what you do to the one eye, you must do to the other. Okay. But this is going to be my finishing touch, my finishing look for my brows.
Finally.
Okay. So that's the finishing look for the brows. I know The lighting is horrible. I know it because we have natural light. But once you guys see this finishing look, and I'm going to do a more detailed, in-depth video of this. So, stay tuned. She's so mad. Okay, so y'all, is it playing, babe? My brows and my eyeshadow is done. Y'all, look at my client. She really act like a child, y'all. I would never do her makeup again. Okay, so now I'm on to the foundation. As I said, I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me for her in the color 368 Deep Golden. Ow. And I'm just going to apply that to me. And then I'm going to use my foundation brush to apply. As you guys know, I already I just put a little bit there, and a little bit there. As you guys, Kiana, please
go.
It's okay.
Go.
I already prepped the skin and primed the skin before, so I don't add much. I add enough. She said she'll never do this again. She'll be alright.
Too mean for me.
I'm gonna go in with my buffing brush. And yes, I do use a beauty blender as I mentioned before, but I do like to just set stuff in place where I want it and where I like it. This is pretty much empty stuff, and look how nice that is blending to her skin. Very nice. You know, you must hit the nape. What's the nape? The back? Well, you gotta hit your neck, pretty much. Put your head down. And I'm just doing this, kind of blending everything out. And then once I do that, I'm gonna do it with my damp beauty blender. So I'm gonna go ahead and start. You guys know this process, so I'm gonna go ahead and skip. One little tip that I wanted to add. I added foundation around her brows, like where I put the concealer only at the top, because remember we want to minimize the flashback. Okay, that's it. I'm going to continue blending, and I'll be right back. So you guys, concealer, foundation is on. I don't know if you guys can see. Foundation is on.
Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe since I had to sit here through this. Hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time we post a video.
Y'all know the drill. I'm going to do a little bit more blending. Remember, we want this to look at me. Me. Yeah, I want this again. You want to always make sure you bring the foundation down. I didn't use much, but this foundation is really good. So now, concealer time. I'm going in with my Fenty Beauty, 385. So I'm not going to do much with hers. I'm not going to do much concealer with hers. And I like to do one side at a time. When it comes to concealing, because I do not want my concealer to dry. I'm just blending in my concealer. Pretty much the same technique that I used when I blended my foundation. Pretty easy, so I'm going to go ahead and pause this and I'll be right back. Y'all, we almost there. I just pretty much blended out her concealer. It was looking a little bit too, kind of like white out, like washed out to me. So what I did on top of the concealer is I added a little bit of her foundation shade to make it look more natural. So what I'm going to go in now, I'm going to go in with my Fenty Beauty contour stick, and this is it's called the matchstick in the color truffle. Stop looking, cause this is shock to you too. So it's my matchstick in the color truffle. So I'm going to use this as my contour stick. I do a light contour. I just really do the forehead, a little bit on the cheekbones, and then of course underneath. That's it. So I'm gonna show y'all this on this side. I do 3 strokes on the forehead, 1 stroke by the cheek, a light stroke, and then a small stroke underneath the chin bone, just to kind of make it more chisel. Okay, so that's what I'm using as my contour. And I'm gonna blend that out, and we'll be right back. So my contour is done. I did just a light contour. She's looking very pretty. You can wait. Okay, so we're almost done, y'all. Know this is a little long, but this is my first time actually recording. So we're almost done. I'm gonna go in with my setting powder by Fenty Beauty, of course. It's in the color Nutmeg. This is the color that I use for me. It might be a little too dark for her. That's why I'm not going to use that much. But I'm just going to pretty much put it in the areas where I put the concealer. And I don't really do setting. We don't really bake anymore. We just kind of set the concealer. So I'm not going to leave it on that long. So tap it. And it'll be in the top. Tap it and it'll just be in the top. And I'm going to add a little bit more. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to apply this with my beauty blender. Look at me. Eyes up. I'm going to just apply it. We're back, you guys. Don't think that I'm going to just be doing just applying some of the powder everywhere I put the concealer. And let that sit for about 10 seconds. Don't be dramatic. I'm going to add a little bit of contour to her nose. Just a little bit, and I'm using the foundation to do this. Just a little bit, because her nose is not bad. So, bring it up in the eyelids a little bit. But that's about it. Because her nose is not bad. She has a perfect nose, in my opinion. So that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe that that setting powder off. Dust it off. I'm just dusting it off. 1 second. Okay, you guys. So we are on the final look. Well, the last step, I guess. Everything is blended out. Everything looks good. Stop looking at the camera. I just like to use my beauty blender just to make sure everything flows. Okay, I'm going to go onto the lips because she's getting agitated, y'all. So, I use my pretty much the same lip liner that I use. It's a Wet n Wild. I have 2 separate ones, one for the eyebrows, one for the lips. So I'm going to line the lips. Line that with the brown. She got perfect lips, y'all. I'm going to line this with the brown. Like her curvature, the curvature of her lips.
That thing stunk.
I ain't asked you that. Don't do that. And I'm kind of just like filling it in like more, a little bit more than around the liner of her lips. Okay. Let me see. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and add 2 different lip balms. My NYX Butter Gloss in the color Madeline, the best, okay? The best. Okay, so I just finished adding her gloss to her lips. I added a little bit of this pink gloss. It's very pretty. I don't really know the brand. It's like off-brand. Just to give her a little bit more pop. I'm going to pop her lashes on, put on her setting spray, and then we'll be right back. Okay, guys, we're back. I popped her lashes on. She's so mad. It's okay, baby. I put her lashes on. I'm going to go ahead and go in with my Urban Decay De-Slick Oil Control Makeup Setting Spray. I'm going to set her makeup. You ready for this?
Oh.
No?
You ready? Okay. Let that dry for a quick second. And then last step is my favorite part. Try enough. Last step, because she is getting very agitated, y'all, is my beautiful highlighted by Fenty Beauty. It's called Hustler Baby. Very pretty highlighter. So all I need for you to do for me, baby, is smile. 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 Okay. I'm almost finished, y'all. This is the finishing product.
I'm about to cry.
It's okay, baby. You look so pretty.
So painful.
What's painful about it?
Eyelashes,
She just been a little bit dramatic, y'all. But that's the finishing.
Whatever it's called.
That's the finishing look. She looks so pretty.
If y'all do this every day, you got a problem.
Smile. Oh my God. Okay, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to what, babe?
Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you better subscribe because I had to sit through this.
And she looks so pretty. Thanks, babe. Wanna kiss me?
No.
She mad. Peace, y'all.